Tuesday, my fabulous peeps. Happy Tuesday, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube, my LinkedIn folks. Happy Tuesday. So glad that you have joined me for our little nightly little session, real quick. And it is Tax Talk Tuesday, Tax Talk Tuesday on top of that. So I just wanted to talk about 10 tax tips and reasons why it's so essential that you start a home based business as a mom, right? Even if you're not a mom, but listen, that's who I'm talking to. Because so if you know anyone that is interested, remember sharing is caring. Share this video with someone that you know they've been like, they've been looking, thank you. They've been looking, they've been praying, they've been wondering, they want to do something, but they're afraid because of the unknown and not sure. But I'm here to tell you that this is the time that whatever you may feeling or you think that's it's not going to work, you have to totally take it out of your mind, because this is a new time and season, right? So in order to get comfortable forever, you have to get uncomfortable for a little bit, right? And so starting a home-based business is essential when it comes to having the ability to keep more money in your pocket and just leverage as well how you're living, right? Leverage how your money is being spent and how your money is being saved, and invest, of course, right? Because now you have leveraged the use of a home-based business. And so you may ask, okay, what are some reasons? So I want to just share 10 reasons why it is so beneficial, so essential that you have some type of business, even if you have a 9 to 5, right? Listen, your 9 to 5 is your dream funder, but your home-based business will allow you to deduct things that you could not deduct even with your 9 to 5. But with your business, because that is the way the system is made. The system is made either you are building up somebody's goals and dream or business, or you are building a business, your goals and dream. Now, I'm not knocking having a 9 to 5, right? But what I am knocking is just how you leverage life. And so the money game is there, but so when you utilize the money game for your benefit, guess what? You're creating a win-win situation. And so for first and foremost, a tip when it comes to having one is a home office deduction. So if you use a portion of your home exclusively for your business, you may qualify for a home office deduction. You sure can. And which can reduce the overall tax liability. Now, this is the other thing as well. This is the other benefit, that because you have that home office deduction, now it's going to help you with the deductions of your monthly expenses, right? That's the utilities that now you can reduce. If you have an alarm system, or if you made some home improvements to your home, maybe the roofing, yes, the roofing, right? Because you have the business, your cell phone, all these different expenses now gives you the power where you can write these things off because you have that home business. Now, even if you may say, well, I conduct my business outside of a home, I'm an Uber driver, or I'm a cook, whatever it is, right? Because you do your administrative at home, you have a home-based business. So don't think that because you may conduct it someplace else, that is not considered a home-based business. It's still considered a home-based business. Okay, I just want you to be mindful of that. Now, the other thing too is business expenses. So you want to make sure too that you keep detailed records on business related expenses such as supplies, equipment, mileage. So if you haven't filed your taxes yet, and if you've had the intent of starting, right, you maybe you got a computer or some type of equipment and you hadn't officially start your business, but you've been in preparation, those expenses are a write-off. Okay, let me say it again. Even if you have the intent, those expenses are a write-off. Maybe you've taken a course or 2 or 3 or 4. Whatever you spent on that, all of that is part of the deduction. And I'll talk about that. That's the educational part. Now, with that being said, you also have the self-employment tax deduction, where individuals can deduct the employer equivalent portion of their self-employment tax. which can lead to a significant saving. Ooh, you know what I talk about? You know what I mean about savings, right? Because now you have more you're saving from all these different benefits. Guess what? You have the ability to be able to save and invest more, right? So more money is working for you just as hard as you are working for it, right? When you save from these things, now you're putting yourself in the position that you have more money that's going to be coming, just in your pocket, right? So it can burn a hole in it. But now you're putting yourself where you are in control of your money. This guys, there we go. That you are in control of your money, right? And now you have money that is more coming to you instead of going to Uncle Sam or other things that you normally would not get a benefit from. So you're really creating so many win-win situations. How about this? Childcare expensive. Yep. Give me a second. So if you need to hire childcare service while working from home, some of those expenses can lead to eligible tax credit. Now I know you're like, but there's a child's credit. Yeah, but this is another one, right? Specifically, so it's almost like you're getting double. But as it relates to the childcare expenses because of your home-based business, my gosh, there's just so many benefits. How about this? The health insurance deduction. Health insurance deduction. Now, if you have health insurance with your job, you could not deduct that expense, but because of self-employment, individual can often deduct a portion of their health insurance premiums to make it even more affordable. So if it's like, oh, I don't know, how can I need to reduce my premiums. How can I do that? Start a business, have a home-based business. And then you have your retirement contributions. So consider, if you have not set up, consider setting up a retirement plan for your business, like a simplified employment pension plan, that's a SIP plan, or a solo 401k plan, or a traditional IRA plan, because contributions may be or are tax deductible. But you also want to look at going in after taxes, right? So you don't have to worry about paying for that money. But if it's a 401k and all these other, that money is going in before taxes, which will put you in a position that you can do some tax benefits, right? On top of that. And so how about you're driving, right? Maybe you're on your way to work. This is how this thing works. Maybe you're on the way to work, or you're doing some errands. And as you're out and about doing your errands, maybe you stopped at the post office to drop off a package that was for your business. Now that drive has now become a business expense. But maybe it could also be where you decided that you wanted to you're out and about, you're doing business, you're doing errands. All that is a tax deduction. So you want to keep your mileage and your business related trips as they can be deducted. Going to the grocery store, maybe you decided to buy something for the business, right? Or you're shopping because your business is having a luncheon or a breakfast. And now that luncheon or breakfast or whatever, maybe that little special treat that you're doing for your people, or you're talking about your business, right? For a family gathering. And so now it becomes a business expense. Win-win situations. And then, as I shared with you before, I just want to reiterate this: the importance that any educational or training that you have done for the business, or just any personal development growth, all of that is part of the education and training. So those expenses for the courses or training directly related to your business can definitely be deducted, right? Even if it's something that was virtual and there was no teacher, right? There was a pre-recorded, that is still deductible. Anything that you had to spend on to elevate yourself to get to the next level, that's tax deductible. Okay, let's leave it at that. Then you have professional services, money spent for hiring a professional server like an accountant. That's tax deductible. Don't forget to your accountant remind them, hey, by the way, my $500 that I spent on you, right? Is it on there for my next year so I can go ahead and deduct it? Absolutely. That's a good attorney. I mean, a good tax person or an accountant. Then you have your quarterly estimated taxes. So if your business generates income without tax withholding, make sure you pay estimated taxes to avoid any penalties or interest, right? We want to make sure we give Uncle Sam his. So this is when the benefits of starting a home-based business, as I was sharing with you some of the tax tips. But here's the benefits, right? Flexibility. How about this one? Reduce commute. There was a time you remember when we first started to drive, we were so excited about driving and everything, and then now it's just like I don't want to drive anymore. I'm there. I don't want to drive. When I have to drive more than an hour, it's just like it takes everything. It takes everything out of me. It really does. And so I don't like driving around. I love doing what I do. I can be in front right here on Zoom. Hey, fabulous. But not beyond this. So I love that. I absolutely love that. So having a home based business, right, is essential to your commute because what ends up happening, it's being reduced. Thank you. Hello, fabulous. It is being reduced. You don't have to be in the car for long hours of time. And heaven forbid if it's raining, right? People lose their mind when it's raining. Instead of the commute being an hour, it becomes 2 hours or even longer. I remember when I had to experience that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I want to get home with that. But that's a benefit, right? It's going to reduce the commute so you can say goodbye to those long commutes and spend more time with your family. How about this, right? Tax advantages, as I mentioned, there are numerous over there, right? There's hundreds. Let me say that hundreds that are associated when it comes to running a home-based business, and that is just part of the money game, right? And so this is also helps you to understand the money game, right, and why you need it. It's essential to your income, and you keep it more money because that's the way, like I said before, the way the system is designed. And then you have the income potential where there is nobody's thumb and say you can only make that much, right? Your raise is going to be 50 cents, or your raise is going to be $1. Your raise is whatever you put your time and energy to get to that point, right? Because you're pursuing the unlimited earning potential, right, while being available for your family. And how about this personal fulfillment, right? Because if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not growing, you are dying. And so when you have the ability to self-develop, one of the most important things that you can do in the beginning part of your financial journey is self-develop, getting your mind right, right? Getting your mind right. Because if you think you can't, guess what's going to happen? You won't. You won't, because you made a decision in your mind. But if you made a decision, no matter what you see, what anybody is saying to you, right? You just know that it's going to happen, right? Because your faith is not in your own strength, but your faith is in God, and He's giving you the insight and the foresight to say, "Listen, I got this. You got this. You can make this happen. You can make this happen." Okay, you can make this happen, right? And then, as I said, the skill enhancement. Running a business can help you develop those valuable skills, which can benefit the various aspects of your life. Now, how awesome is that? How awesome is that? Then it's the networking, right? You're getting to meet more people to help build up your business because you're not an undercover business owner, right? So having the business where you can network it. There's so many opportunities. There's virtual, of course. There's in person. There's different events as it relates to an industry that you're in that you can network and just connect with people, right? And network, which can lead to valuable connections and opportunities. Closed mouths don't get fed. So, like for example, my daughters, I just shared this story with you, where we were going to the store, and we were getting ready to leave, and my daughters sell their jewelries, and so they were looking really cute in their outfits. They had on their accessories. So two of my daughters went to return the cart because we were in the store. And so my oldest, being the one that she is, because she's very charming, and she said to a lady, she says, "I love your pearl earrings." And the lady said, "Thank you so much." She said, "I love yours," because they had on their jewelry. And so my daughter proceeded and said, "Hey, she didn't say hey, but she said, we make jewelry as well." And it was like, "Really? You do?" And so she said to one of my youngest, she says, did you make that? And she said, yes. She said, "I'll take it." And my daughter, because she walks with her products, she had an extra one, and she took the bracelet. Just like that, right? Just like that, in the parking lot. of a, of a store. They made $20. Closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed, right? And so that also leads to the work life balance, right? Because you now achieve a better work life balance for having to work closer to home, right? Maybe it's downstairs, maybe just right beside your bed because you have a desk. Now you can be there, be present with your family. I hate when I have to be away from my family because I do enjoy my children. I enjoy my husband. I enjoy just being, not have to be hustling anywhere, right? It just allows that opportunity. And then number nine, that you can control over your destiny. There is nothing like being in control. You are in charge of your business, the direction of the growth. If you have to change and pivot, you can do so. You don't have to ask anybody what you should do, how they think of the idea. Let's have a meeting. No, unless you have a coach or a mentor, right? That which is definitely a game changer because it saves you time and money. Hence, Teacher Melanie, the financial life coach, right? Business coach. All of these benefits. This puts you in control, and it's about being in control. And there is nothing like that feeling. And then the last thing, but definitely not the least, is a legacy. Because no matter how wonderful your job may be, right, you can't leave your job and say, "Listen, when my child comes of age, make sure they get this position with a raise." Can't happen. But you can say you can leave a business, right? You can have the children work in business. How awesome is that? Right? And then leave a legacy with the business. Right? So a successful home-based business can be a legacy you leave for your children. If you're about starting a legacy, starting a home-based business can really totally provide moms the financial independence, flexibility, tax advantage, right? And make it a rewarding trust. And the other thing too is that and I'm always looking for people in my financial service business, right? And it's a business for yourself, by the way. But this is what happens. Capricorn. This is what happens. That when you put yourself in that position, right? Even if you say you don't have one, you're looking for one, reach out to me. Because when you made a decision, life is truly amazing and there's endless. So I hope this information was beneficial for you, where you're just like, okay, I need to get things started. So if you have not done so, make sure you go ahead and connect with me, so I can help you to get started on starting a home-based business and help you just navigate these streets as it relates to part of the money game, and just making sure as well that your financial mansion is built right and tight. So can't wait to connect with you. And like I said, sharing is caring. So if you have not shared this information to somebody else who knows, that you may know, that be interested in making sure that they part of the money game by having some type of home-based business. And like I always say, remember to pray, plan, and believe, because God is still in the business of doing miracles. Make it a great day. Bye. Oh, because of that man wish. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm all up. Bye, my fellas peeps.